welcome back to the back nine of the 26th annual River City Cup here in Edmonton. This coverage, obviously, from Parked Pro. Become a Patreon, help support.
And brought to you by PGA Canada and BR Disc Golf, our presenting sponsor for this event.
If you missed the front nine, my name is Kristin Swirles, here with my co-commentator,
Tim Plamondon, TD of the event.
And we're going to finish up at Rundle Park here for the back nine. If you haven't been to Edmonton, probably one of the first courses you want to come check out when you come to our beautiful city.
So we want to say thanks again to our sponsors, BR Disc Golf, and all of our sponsors for the entire event. Really make this event what it is. Thank you guys so much. Let's do a little scoreboard catch-up, Kristin.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like Brandon, Bogdan, Jeremy, Noah, Hector, Joshua Keast, everyone having a really hot round. Lots of scores, all kind of knotted up. -9, -7, -6. Everybody's getting lots of birdies today.
Yeah, we said in the front nine, this is a course you want to come in, you want to score at. You want to get your birdies. It's going to be a little bit of a birdie fest, so get out there and execute.
Yeah, especially for this MPO field. I think if you're coming and you're playing River City Cup as an amateur, you don't necessarily have to think of it as a birdie fest. But for these MPO guys with the big arms, they're scoring on a lot of these holes.
So we're going to be picking up here on hole 10. We've been through some construction holes and we've been through some alternate layout stuff, but this is original hole 10 as it plays, 262 feet to the back pin. Should be a slow disc on a hyzer for these guys. I would expect a feature card with this kind of talent to get maybe 3 or 4 birdies here.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see a star frame, honestly. That said, there's a little bit of cabbage in your way if you play it too tight. There is like one guardian tree there, so there's often a ripping headwind here. So there's all kinds of stuff that can still happen.
Let's see how Noah plays this. There's an inside line straight at it and an outside line. This would be the outside line. Looks like something slow. Coming right in, a little bit of distance, but I mean, if your putts are on, you're making that.
Yeah, he's in the circle.
He's inside the circle. Pull out the measuring stick. Pull out the rangefinder. Gatzke. He knows he's played this hole about 10 trillion times. I think he'll do something very overstable. Yeah. Now, can it get there? Does it have the? Yeah, he's got that little backdoor look.
The ground action can be really exciting on this hole. Like, he was quite short, but sometimes you get that flare skip and you think, I'm going to ace it.
Jace coming off that birdie on the last hole. Let's see if he can put 2 and 2 together. Definitely throwing a pig here. Just got to go. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's good. You're happy with that. And then rounding out that the feature card here, Sean. Sean's got a little bit of work to do here. All right, to the outside. Oh, yeah. Oh, a little shorter than I thought it would be.
I'm surprised nobody was parked.
No one was parked, but you can't make a big putt if you're parked. Oh, Noah off the band. Good effort. Kept it high. Here's one of the trees with a little bit of some branches. Yeah, and that ceiling can do that to you if you're in that spot.
Okay, so hole 10 showing us that even though it seems like a very simple hole, even some of these top guys are missing it.
Yeah, Gatzke with a nice little spin putt right in there, gets the bird. Now, we'll see where the others are. Yeah, Jace is the one who's parked here. That's going to be a nice birdie for Jace to get.
It is one of the easier holes on the day. There was 0 bogeys from this MPO field on the day. So really a par maybe feels like a bogey because nobody was taking that box back.
Yep, Gatzke cheesing again. Drink. We'll run this one back. He's got those gun putts. I've said it before. He just loves to spin those things in. So deadly with them.
Yeah, great putt from the knee.
Hole 11, you've got this branch right in front of you. You can go over top or you can go under it and inside of that second tree. If you go over top, you're putting the wind in play and maybe some branches, and then who knows what's going to happen with the ground play. And with the low line, there's so much ground play that could happen. This is a fun little hole. It's a tricky hole, and I think we're going to see different ways to take it, I bet.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not a signature hole, but I feel like it's got some signature qualities to it.
It definitely does. When folks play Rundle for the first time, they come away remembering this hole because either they did great
Oh
or
my god.
or this happens. Okay, so this is what happens. The roll away on this hill is real, and honestly, like it looks pretty steep on the camera, but when you're there, it's even steeper.
When you're at the bottom of the hill like I am, oh man. Gatzke nearly ringing it up and then rolls back. Jace hitting that first tree, and that tree will it's there, and you got to get around it, under or over. Noah going with the low line. This looks really good.
Yes.
That's what you want to do. A little bit of distance, but we'll see.
And you'll notice Noah's run up. He started off the pad. Same with Sean to the side here, and then run up on the side of the pad instead of from behind the tee pad. Kind of necessary on this hole.
And Sean got a little bit early there, and he's going to be behind that third guardian tree. Again, some of these holes at Rundle are funny because they're open, but they're not completely free of all trouble. Jace with a really nice upshot there. Just take your par and be done with it.
Great approach.
Sean, it's got some work to do with this tree in the way. Band, don't
Sit.
Don't do it. What? Don't do it.
Okay.
Honestly,
that's not bad.
That's one of the better rollaways on this hole. It can get really ugly.
All the way down the hill and then like into the field, like kind of where Gatzke's standing in the background there.
No, with a small death putt. Oh man, every time something hits metal but doesn't go in, I'm always just kind of clenched fist a little bit because it's like that could get squirrely. Oh.
Wow, Sean without making the comebacker there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You it's not that this is a must-get birdie, but you don't want to be bogeying this hole.
No.
And Gatzke for a birdie, great putt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where his gum putt really, really helps him up through the bottom of the basket again. The rollaways with the gum putt are a lot less. There's a good putt by Sean. You don't like the bogey, but, take whatever confidence you can get out of that last putt and move forward.
I wonder if the wind was a factor for Sean. As the weekend goes, certainly we didn't have ideal weather. So
Spoiler alert.
And the wind coming off of this little hillside, it can definitely get you. So I wonder if the wind was a little bit of a factor there in Sean's putts.
Here's a replay of Gatzke's drive. He took the over the top line, and look how close this thing goes. Oh man.
Spikeheiser.
Yeah, really, really, really solid effort. And he did clean up the birdie. So, here's the replay of it. Spinning that gum putt in. No problem. You'll love to see it. And you can see there's a bit of wind picking up. This drone footage looks like it was a beautiful day or morning, but there's definitely some wind out there for these players.
Hole 12 is 290 feet, par 3. Obviously, the big feature of this hole is the pond on the left and the huge tree on the right that we've already passed. The basket's kind of tucked up here on the little back hill, so there's different ways to attack it. If you're a right-handed player, obviously you're just trying to hit the gap, penetrate as straight far as you can, and hyzer in. Left-handed players or forehand dominant throwers are probably going to go over the water, so I'm not sure if we'll see any over-the-water shots on this card.
Is that a Russian olive?
That's another Russian olive. There are so many Russian olives around Rundle Park, and they're such a beautiful tree.
If you're hitting the Russian olive, forehand or backhand or left hand, you're happy.
Yeah. I've also seen Thumber on this hole by lots of this top MPO guys that have the power to get down there with a Thumber.
Here's Gatzke's drive. This looks fantastic.
Yes. A little inside? No, perfect.
Or pinned.
I think it's set.
He pinned it.
Just pinned it. Yep.
I look
Yep.
like Sean.
Just Gatzke things. I think Jace is admiring it right there.
Yeah.
Let's see if Jace can draw up the same thing. Again, this looks perfect. You hit the line square, and that's going to be a birdie. That's going to be 2 birdies right there.
I promise you, when you stand on this T-pad, it's not as easy as those guys just made it look.
I don't know. Noah's also kind of all over it right now. Oh my goodness. He was just over top of it and a little deep. But being deep here, it's only 20, 25 feet behind.
Lots of backstop with those trees.
Lots of flex on this.
Mm-hmm. Wonder what disc that was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're all in the circle.
What do you throw here, Tim?
I throw a Sexton Firebird. Ask me what I throw on hole 10 and 11. Oh, Noah just missed high right. It's too bad.
Good miss high from the knee, though. If you're putting from the knee, missing high, you gave it a good effort.
Yeah, good catch by the basket on Sean's putt there. You'll take that birdie after the bogey on 11. Good way to come back there. So here's Noah's comebacker for par. No issues whatsoever. He's cooking. We're doing good there. Gatzke, look at this drive from pin to 4 feet, 3 feet. Doesn't even take out the gum putt. He throws the driver, makes the driver putt. And Jace tapping in as well. Kristin, what are the stats on this hole?
Yeah, not quite as easy as hole 10 played, so there was a couple bogeys on this hole on the day, but it's still averaging under par with a ton of birdies.
Yeah, and here's the replay of Gatsky's drive. I mean, just from the tee pad, you could see this thing was just on perfect hyzer angle, perfect speed. I mean, if that's 4 feet higher, 3 feet higher,
Ace, baby.
Ace, baby. There's Jace's.
This is a great angle.
Yeah, it's a cool angle.
Great job, Catch Cam. Let's go, Parked Pro.
And just nuzzling this thing up nicely. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. Great speed control on that one. And again, shout out to our title sponsor, BR Disc Golf. Fantastic support of disc golf in Edmonton and area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little scoreboard update for you. We've got 3 people through the whole round. Bogdan, Jeremy, and Brandon at the top, -9. That's a really good round. And then we've still got some players out on the course. Hector, Gatzke, Noah, right behind. So definitely some opportunity to get some birdies there and pull ahead. But you gotta perform. And we're going into a tougher hole here, so lots of movement still to come.
I love this footage of Tournament Central at hole 13. Because of the construction last year, we were not able to utilize the trail house, but Tournament Central was still bumping at hole 13.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The atmosphere was really great. The legendary hole 13 at Rundle Park. This is going to be a little turnover or a forehand. The mower doesn't always mow during the tournament, so just don't worry about that. It's about 330 feet. I think it plays a little bit longer because it's a little bit uphill, but it's this turn right here. So if you have a forehand that can go basically 320 feet and then just instantly turn right, you're happy. If you have a turnover that can kind of sneak in, there's a lot of ways to try to get there, but there's not a lot of ways to get there.
You summed it up perfectly.
Oh, thanks.
And a ton of danger. There is a big fairway, but as you can see, a lot of trees, and they are all very grabby.
Gatzke's on a heater here. 4 birdies in a row. Goes up the middle. And this is that little turnover where you can get a gap there. No, didn't quite have the height on that. If he had a little more height, it might have come back and given him that little backdoor look. It's a tricky shot, though. And Jace is opting to go with the forehand here. Oh, that looked turned over.
2 turned. And a tree hit.
Turned. And it's sticky in there, like you said.
Yeah, unless he kind of filtered through. There is this fairway on the left-hand side as well. It's a longer route, but if he filtered through enough, he could make his way up that gap.
Sean also going forehand. Oh, little wobbly out of the hand. Couple trees. Again, he's just in that middle section where it's just trouble. And Noah, I think he's going way outside. I think he's going over the road hyzer.
Yeah, Noah is showing us the Noah route on this hole. Boom, over the road to the right. So the road is obviously OB, but Noah is just trying to crush it over there anyway.
And it comes down by the tree near the basket. He's going to have a putt for birdie there, which if you're getting a birdie on this hole, it's not impossible by any means, but it's definitely a stroke on the card in the field. And we have a disc in the tree stuck up high. No 2-meter rule here, though. No 2-meter rule. So he'll just take his lie. Oh, this looks really good. Get there. Come around.
Yeah. A little long in the circle?
Yeah,
close.
He's okay there. That's going to be fine.
That's great.
That's a really good out from that position. And Jace kind of snuck through a lot of things here.
Yeah, he's up there a ways.
So as long as he can get this near the basket, yeah, that's good.
No problem.
Yeah. It's not that this hole can become triple bogey territory, but I think par is a good score. Birdie's a lucky score. You got to minimize damage if you're off the fairway.
Yeah, par is a great score here. This hole did play, it averaged over par in round 1 here. So there was a significant amount of bogeys and some double bogeys. So even some double bogeys from this field.
And we just saw Sean miss low. The putting's just not quite there today. He's made some, he's missed some. Oh, and Jace follows suit. Oh, you've got to be making that putt.
I hate to see it for those guys.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Noah collects the birdie. There's not too many birdies that are going to be had on this hole today, and that's a good get right there. Especially to go all the way around the outside. That's a massive shot.
Yeah. It definitely, for him to go that wide, uphill, over the road, that's playing a lot more than a 330-foot shot that he threw.
Definitely. So Gatzke cleaning up that par. Sean and Jace, they were both off the fairway, so I don't think bogey is unfair, but they could have had pars if they would have made those pretty makeable putts.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not happy with it.
They're not happy with it. I mean, this is a great out.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really, really, from where Sean was, this is a great way to get to the green. It's really unfortunate that it didn't pan out on the green, because that's a great out. Could have had the scramble stat. Oh, we have to watch back Sean's low putt. Rude.
Oh, Parks Pro, why you gotta do us like that?
Why you gotta do Sean like that? If you want to see him miss that putt, just come out to Thursday Rundle League every day. But, don't do it on coverage.
Okay, hole 14 is 215 feet, par 3. Now, it is playing a little bit different for the tournament, and this is partly because of our construction layout. So you've just passed those 2 pins on the left-hand side. That's where it normally is. Instead, we are playing down to the right. In the normal layout, not this year, this is actually the basket for hole 1. But hole 1 was not in play this year, so we're utilizing the basket down to the right. So it's changing hole 14 up a little bit. You're going to see some different ways to attack.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's a few different ways. There's a slow, straight at it play. There is a hyzer play, and you can go with a forehand. It's really about just making a good shot. Oh my God.
That was the slow straight at it. I'm imagining that was a putter from Noah. That was straight at it. That's a great shot.
Oh man, all round, these guys have been putting a move on the basket.
Yes.
Oh, right behind it and just a hair low. And he didn't get that punished with the bounce. So hopefully he can make that putt. It'll be an uphill putt, but what an effort. Okay, Gatzke I think is showing us that hyzer outside line. I like this line. I'm a big fan of this line.
That's how I go.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Now let's see. Where does it land? Sit? Oh, yeah. Perfect. He's going to be, hard pressed to think he's not going to be getting a birdie there. And Jace also with the straight at it line, but just burned it. Just a little bit low. No one's going to show us the forehand line. That's all right.
I thought Jace might have gone forehand on this hole.
Yeah, it's a good play. It's just a bit tricky. All right, Sean's up there, so he's going to have a putt for birdie there. So 3 of our 4 are on the green. Jace is going to have a just get up and down type shot here.
And you can see the downhill slope, which really is the only danger on this hole. Oh, great shot. It really is the only danger is that on the drive or even on your approach, like Jace just showed us, you could pick and roll. The path down there would play as OB. So you definitely don't want to get into that kind of trouble.
You can see the wind. You can see the leaves just in the wind are rustling. That's definitely going to be a factor here for these guys. Great putt, Sean.
Let's go! Okay, great comeback, Sean. We love to see that big putt for you. Awesome birdie. Some
knuckles from Greg there, acknowledging the good putt.
Yes. I love that he can have some struggles on the putting green, but then step up to that, 25, 28 footer and just put it in, no problem.
I thought you were going to stop at saying you love seeing him struggle on the putting green.
No.
I'm like, Kristin, that is rude.
No, to see the comebacks, the comeback confidence, that's so key for anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
Miss a putt, move on, and make the next putt.
The comeback confidence. I like it. So we got 2 birdies and 2 pars out of that hole. Let's run that one back for Sean. Yup.
Maybe not 28 feet, but over 20, 25.
25, 26 and a half. That's a good putt. Really good putt. And some knuckles from Greg acknowledging it. Ooh, Sean almost missed the knuckles there, too. Just about missed it. Okay, hole 15 here at Rundle Park. We're winding down. We've only got a handful of holes left. This is going to be probably a big hyzer for most of these guys, but the straight at it lane is in play because there is no Mando today. If you go all the way around, you just got to make sure it's up in the air and not touching these branches on the left. It's to the back placement today, which is a pretty far shot. Probably plays close to 330 because it is slightly uphill. But this is, again, a hole that if you have a big hyzer, which these guys all do, it can be attacked. And then the straight at it line is fun to watch. But there's birdie opportunities on this hole for each of these players. Let's see how they tackle it. We got Gatzke on the box.
Straight up the gut line.
Straight up the gut. Oh, he just caught a branch, or else that was going right through that tunnel.
Yeah, it's a tighter line for sure. Tighter line to hit, but it takes off a lot of the distance.
Here's Sean. I think that's his ex-cal. Putting it way, way up there. This might be a little inside because of the height.
Over the top.
Oh, never mind. It's absolutely perfect. Great shot. Shows what I know. Noah certainly is going to be taking that hyzer route. He's such a great hyzer player. Yeah, I love this. Absolutely love this angle. I love the speed. And just sit there. A little deep, but again, just make your putt. Get up there and make your putt. See which way Jace takes it today. Okay. So they 3 out of the 4 went hyzer here. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Great ground action.
Yeah, great ground action, great roll up. That's the way to do it. Okay. Is he gonna? Do you think he's running this?
Yep. Half run.
Half run, little 50% bid. He's good at these.
That was pretty committed.
That was a committed bid. I wanted it for him. Noah looking at a deep circle 1 putt here. He's really good at this distance. And there's why, because he just makes them. Great putt, great birdie. And now we get to see the guys that are a little bit closer. Kristin, how do you dissect this hole? How do you play it?
I do take the wide route because the gap is so much larger. And I just try to pump something out there as straight and hard and far as I can that's going to fade. So I throw a destroyer. And I've been getting closer and closer and closer to this one. I keep it a lot lower because I don't quite have the distance. But I just try to hit that gap on the right. I don't go nearly as high as this. I just try to go straight and have a lot of fade.
It's such a great shot. Great look at Jace's shot, just getting over top of those trees. And yeah, I mean it's a bit of a pump to get there. It's a good shot.
There's some FPOs that can do it though, that have birdied the slots and can go the high route, same as the MPOs. Like it's definitely not ungettable. I'm just sort of a noodle arm in comparison to some of our FPO field. Okay, scoreboard update. Okay, so Noah has made his way into that -9 group now with the leaders that are finalized. Noah, Hector, Bogdan, Jeremy, Brandon, all at -9. And Gatzke only 1 stroke off. So Gatzke's really up there too. And really, yeah, -7 and then -6. And I'm sure there's a big group of guys at -5 as well.
It's nice to see Gatzke up there. He can play like MP 100. So like, it's good to see him in MPO slugging it out.
I hope Gatzke watches and gets a big kick out of this and isn't mad at us for saying that. We love you, Greg.
Yeah, you're one of a kind, Greg. We're very lucky to have you in this community.
Absolutely.
Hole 16, the legendary water kayak polo hole.
Yeah, so, this is a fun shot that the drone is taking us on like the thumber route, I feel like, over
0
top of all
out
the
of 10.
trees.
Do not recommend.
There's a lot of trees on this hole. I think the reason the drone went over the top is because the ceiling on this hole is so low, which you're going to see in a minute. There's danger on the left with the pond, danger on the right with some trees. It does play shorter than 295 because it is downhill, but the low ceiling is going to come into play. And then, yes, there is the water kayak polo setup in the background, so you can often find kayakers playing polo in their kayaks.
And there's also OB right and OB long with the paths. So It's not super in play, but it's a little in play. This looks great. Oh, this looks great at him.
Oh, so that was a great line. It was going straight for it, but a perfect example of the low ceiling.
Yes. And Noah, can he get past that branch? Yep. And he gets a little tiny tree kiss and is in a great spot for birdie. Great spot.
That is a high level shot because the gap up there that he hit is so small.
Jace also going up the middle. Little turn on this. And hits that ceiling again. Oh my goodness. Does that stay in bounds? I don't see any OB indications.
Yeah.
It might be in the water. We'll have to take a look. Greg checking something out. And then he's just going to roll right into a shot. You can't be phased. I love it. Oh, if this holds. This has got to hold. Okay. Again, sometimes hitting that ceiling actually is the best thing because a lot of times you can see your disc has a little bit too much hyzer and is headed for the water, and you're actually begging for it to hit that tree. Greg, again with the floppy disc. He just loves these things. They're such utility discs, and he throws them so great. And look, no bounce, no roll into the water. That's a fantastic shot. Okay. Sean also fell victim to this ceiling, so he's gonna hopefully just get it nice and close here. Don't leave yourself a putt from this distance, or give it a little bit even. And that's just sit down. Yeah, that's great. Kristin, what are some stats on this hole?
Oh, look at this first. So
In bounds,
but gonna take his meter relief. Jace is probably feeling very grateful that he didn't trickle another foot into the pond. Okay, hold on. Let's let Jace make this. Come on.
Step putt. Oh, I never really gave it a chance.
And that's okay because there actually was not too many birdies on this hole today, surprisingly.
Here's one.
Yes, there's one from Noah. But he was only 1 of 8. So only 8 birdies on the day, and there was some bogeys on this hole. It averaged 2.95, so almost just around par. I think maybe a few guys might have found the water.
I love this hole because it's there. It's just a straight shot. Throw something right at it. Don't get too crazy about it. But there's so much danger around it and so much that you have to consider, like that ceiling, like the OB, like the water. Gatzke picking up his par. Mm-hmm. And Sean should be able to do the same here from this distance, no problem. Yeah, so we got 3 pars and a birdie going to Noah Higgins. He gets a stroke on the card. Brings him to -10 on the round with 2 holes left to play. Pretty fantastic. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend going in that water. Here's Noah's putt. Perfect. Just right on the mark the whole way. No doubter on that. You gotta love when your putt feels like a no doubter, which for me is about 10% of the time.
Oh dear.
Mine's are no doubters, that's for sure. No doubt that it's missing. Anyway, here's hole 17, par 3. We're going to be playing to the short basket today, so the drone's going to fly into the back placement, but we're going to play to this tonal straight ahead. There is an OB line that's on the left, and I believe there's one on the right, but definitely the path is OB. I would expect this feature card to be all over this basket, possibly even giving it some looks. The only thing that can get a little squirrely is the wind. If there's a crosswind, it really makes you think about that OB, and it makes you think about the people on the tee pad of the next hole because they're right there. So there are a couple factors, but just throw something right at the basket, have it snuggle up. It should be a birdie or par here for these folks. And this will be Noah from the birdie on 16 leading us off. If this just hangs out, it's perfect. Yep, that's perfect. That is parked. Pro. See what I did there?
I did see. I heard it.
Sean, a little turned over.
He's yelling 4. Oh, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He's yelling 4 out of courtesy. He knew it was going to come back a bit.
I think he was aiming at them. Jace now. This looks a little hyzery. Sometimes that crosswind can come down 18's fairway and push things left. Kind of seems like that may be what happened, or maybe just didn't put enough turn on it. It's such a tricky shot when there's crosswind because you don't want to overturn it because then you'll get what happened to Sean. And if you put too much hyzer on it, then you're going to get it. You're going to expose the flight plate. Greg, I love keeping it low. You just need the skip now. And he didn't get it. Okay, he's in circle 2 though. He'll be okay there. Oh, and the furries are out.
Hello.
There was some action in the park today, and Gatzke's little checking it out there.
Yeah, River City Cup traditionally takes place on the July long weekend, Canada Day long weekend. So Rundle Park, along with all the other parks in the city, are pretty buzzing. So who knows what you'll see?
You could see a lot of different things in Rundle Park at any given time. So Jace in a tough spot here. He's stuck up against that tree. Little stepper. Oh my goodness. That is not an easy shot to execute. I'm really happy it hung out. Because sometimes, like kind of like hole 11, the hillside that this basket on can really burn you. And then Noah tapping in for his birdie. And then we have a whole mitt full of pars. So once again, second straight hole that Noah is picking up the birdie where his card mates didn't get it.
I was going to say that if you are a local and play winter golf in Edmonton, then this hole feels extra traumatic with the roll away because it doesn't get the melt. So
it turns into pure ice.
It's an ice sheet downhill, and sometimes there's trauma from that.
Yes. All right, one of our signature holes on this course, Rundle Park, hole 18, par 4, 620 feet. The first, and there is a Mando on that tree to the right. Your first shot, if you can get around the corner, you're going to put yourself in a decent position to get a birdie or at least a par. The path is OB, and if somehow you find the river deep left over the bank there, then you'll be OB as well. But and you'll be wondering, how did it get so bad?
Yeah, don't go that way. This hole, it is one of the signature holes at Rundle Park. It is playing as the second hardest hole on the course today, so I'm really excited to see what these guys are going to show us.
Was hole 13 the hardest hole?
No, hole 5 in this layout, which is
hole 7.
OG hole 7.
Yeah, okay, and that makes sense. 13, original 7, 18. They're big. They're goals. Ooh, this is
early.
This is an early release. He'll be off the fairway, but thankfully he didn't reach those shrubs on the side because that can be jail. Sean, ooh, this might be a little turned. Oh boy.
Oh,
my goodness.
It came out of it and got through everything. That ended up really great.
I love this angle if it holds. If this holds for Jace, oh, why did I say anything? Okay, it's on the fairway. That's all you can ask for. Now, sometimes Greg's been known to throw a roller here. He's not going to do it today, maybe because of the wind. And he'll be fine with that position. A little close to hole 2's basket, but he'll be fine with that position. You see where Noah's left with now, and like par is pretty much your only hope from here. You're not going to birdie from this position, but you gotta get some clean fairway from this shot. If you don't, then it's basically instant birdie town.
And you can see him ducking down. What a low ceiling he has. I think that was a great release. That was on its way to being a nice low screamer. He really crouched down. I loved that release, but absolutely, there's a ton of trees to get in your way here.
And Jace is in a good position here. You can reach the green from here. Just he nosed up there. That's the trick, because the green is on top of a hill. You're taking your second shot, which is like a full drive from very low. So there's a ceiling, and the ground comes up. So it's just kind of tough all around. It's gettable, but it's a technical shot. Let's see if Gatzke. I like the position Gatzke's in. It's a little bit favorable to be on that right side. It's a little bit more open. Finds a nice early gap. Keep going. Okay, he's going to be in circle 2 there. He's going to give himself a long look for a birdie.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen him make putts from there all the time on hole 18. He can do that.
Nothing new for that guy. Okay, another upshot coming in. Again, edge of circle there. You're happy with that. If you're there in 3 or 2, you're happy.
Okay, now Noah's throwing his third.
Oh, it's into the tree. So, Noah, that's just an unfortunate misrelease there. He's going to be looking at a birdie unless he throws, or a bogey unless he throws it in. And here's Sean. Oh,
Is this Sean's second shot?
I think that's his third.
No, Tim, that's his second shot. That was his drive.
If that's his drive, that means A, I wasn't paying attention, but B, what a drive.
Yeah, great. Good up.
Very good up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see Sean with a birdie putt.
Look at the wind. You can see on the tassel on Greg's cart.
His streamers.
His streamers.
The wind definitely picked up throughout these guys' round.
And you can see the clouds in the background there.
Yeah,
Like
the storm's coming in.
This is actually probably our better conditions for the whole weekend.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, and Jace missing one there again. Just it's tough. It's tough when the wind's picking up and you're at the end of your round and it's been a bit of a slog to really buckle down and make those putts.
And hole 18, I mean, it's a really tough finishing hole.
Noah finishes with -10 on the round, including 2 bogeys. That's a lot of green on the card, which is what you need to do when you come out here.
Good crushing.
And Sean with the birdie.
Let's go!
I didn't give him credit for the drive. Credit to you, Sean, for the drive and the upshot and the putt. Good birdie.
Great birdie from Sean. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And really strokes on the field. There was actually only 3 birdies on the day on this hole.
Hey, way to be. And they covered the spread there with the bogey, the birdie, and a par. So Greg with a bit of a par finish, but you know what? That was a fantastic round. That was just so great to see these guys just they were all over the basket. Hey, thanks Jordan for all your work. And here's Sean's drive back, which I'll pay attention better this time. Look at the flex he has on it. Oh, that's so nice. Gets around it all.
Now, do you think that's his intended line, or do you? I think he pulled it a little bit and got a little lucky.
I'm gonna say that's his intended line because Sean's good. I hate to give him any credit, but he is really good.
I love this view with the river in the background. Yeah. Once again, if you haven't been to Edmonton, if you haven't come to play Rundle Park, get on up here.
Get up here.
And you can check out BR on your way up. They are just southeast of us in Camrose, but really servicing a lot of kind of central northern Alberta, really helping promote the community in Edmonton as well.
We're going to have a new lead card for tomorrow at Hermitage Park.
All right, Hector DeCow and Noah Higgins with the hot rounds of the day, followed closely by Bogdan and Jeremy and Brandon with the -9. So yeah, we're going to see almost all new faces tomorrow, save for Noah. So I'm really excited to see how some of these guys tackle Hermitage, especially because three of the 4 are out-of-towners. So that'll be great.
Yeah, and that course has evolved a lot since the last time they've played. So it'll be fun to see. So like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Support on Patreon. Again, thank you to Park Pro for everything. Fantastic coverage. I mean, they got everything today.
Yeah, Park Pro is doing such a great job. As you guys know, you're here and watching. If you haven't watched their other coverage from 2023, all of it's out. All the big A tiers.
Goodbye.
Bye. She's like, done talking.